Is down there alcoholic in Polar Korea? Human beings would ask the ex-Polar Korean man, who defected in 2010, elderly 29. If human beings were so depleted, and couldn't get rice, why didn't they fair eat ramen? Currently, a historical meet among Polar Korean lead Kim Jong-un and Southward Korean CEO Yoon Jae-in has driven the peninsula nearer along rather than it has been in years. And if the two Koreas are capable to drag off the unbelievable feats of signature a world contract and manufacturing true advance in the direction denuclearization, union, one day inconceivable, appears a less than remote perspective. But the abyss Eom feels in his southern compatriots, nearly 9 years following manufacturing the dangerous travel, shows how the question of union, and which it tool for human beings on both of sides of a boundary far much stronger and less than porous rather than the Berlin side always was, remnant not clear. Broad Gap Eom's high school, a whites and red house that houses the World Formation Center for Learn Polar Korean Refugees, TKNR, put at the end of a little avenue in Seoul's West Mapo area, up several rock stairs and partly lie by residents' wash channel. The non-commercial focuses on provided complimentary British training session for Polar Korean defectors, one of several organizations fill in the gaps for such who include Go of the Polar and found themselves downstream in an foreigner southward Korean community. Above 70 years of division has leftward the two Koreas in a quickly expansion culture gap. How can keep Polar Korean defectors, who frequently come in the nation one, out of household or friends to supporting them, since aloof and embarrassed? While I at first came to Seoul, I treated on a manufacturer website, Eom says. At how period I did not say British at all, not the one speech. It never occurred to him how would be a issue, taking into account the environment of the work. We had to matchstick the colors of plasticity content, but although all such human beings were Korean, they never told the color if Korean, ever British speech, scarlet, dark blue, whites, which is scarlet? Which is dark blue? I felt very frantic and suppressed. Based in 2013 by us Casey Lartigue and Southward Korean Yungku Shelter, TNKR has helping hundreds of Polar Koreans find out British. Eom was one day a undergraduate at the center and now acts as a specific envoy and advisor to some refugees. I requested to find out British so I could offer social speeches, he told. I felt love I could perhaps assist some refugees, and be a pattern of a success Polar Korean. Of a period Car, Travis Jeppesen, writer of View You once again in Pyongyang and a long Polar Korea observer, told Time ambition of reunion might yet be upbeat, in the wake-up of the Kim Moon Summit Conference, maybe now is the time to start severely examining the option of conciliation. Down there as necessary to be, and confirmation of the extensive differences how include founded in the two societies with the department began in 1945, and a readiness to job along to surmount them, he told. So-Kyo Garden, the Seoul-based CEO of Study and Policy at Freedom in Polar Korea, a deserter aid team, told for lot refugees, transition of Polar Korea to Southward Korea, particularly if thought of a country city in Polar Korea, is love up coming out of a period Car in the next. If integration Polar Koreans in Southward Korean community one at a period is difficult, the problem of complete reunion seems following to unfeasible. To a lot of youthful Southward Koreans, the concept how we are one in the Polar Korean human beings is proper a type of old fictitious or mythology, told Garden. Largest are mainly lucky residing individual and averse to person the enormous expenses of reunifying in Polar Korea. We very refugee had the discussion on a official standard for year, told Wolsan Lim, CEO of Korean Peninsular Sphere at the Korean Social Facility and Transportation Workers Association, KPTU. Which happens in regulation of union. A country framework? The Kim De-young pattern was a Fed framework, I believe how now has to be driven up and talked on once again. She told several are now speaking on a capacity to country framework, individual but equivalent countries in nice relations, how would one day include been inconceivable. Supplication for the next time lot. Southward Koreans greet heating bonds among the two countries, profound suspect of Pyongyang's intentions and animosity to the Kim mode remnant, not low amongst the little but significant society of defectors residing in the southward. On Saturday, at a big Methodologist chapel on the suburb of Seoul, family play in the hall and organizers presented out click releases as Polar Korean refugees share their stories and prayers in the hundreds of defectors who had collected within. Christians do up a little but really vocals minority group of the tens of thousands of defectors residing in southward Korea, in lot driven to the nation by evangelic organizations, who assist them do the hazardous travel of the polar. One female tell of creature frequented to China, wherever she became pregnant woman, up creature capable to do it to the southward in the assist of believer organizations. As I gave childbirth in China, I mind a lot on thou, she told in a email to her mom, recite loud to the meeting. Just later could I aware how lot it wound to be a mom. Her evidence leftward lot in the auditorium in burst into tears, other ruined downward as the meeting prayed and sing at the line of a minister. This day I acquired yours urge and was capable to email you several cash, I cried love a mad female, the female told. Will we always be capable to include a food along? All I can do is sit and prayer. Several of such collected at the chapel were very crucial of the negotiations at Panmunjom on Friday, and of the southward Korean by the government for creature, undertaken in by Kim Jong-un, although the two leaders sat downward along and agreed, anything has modified for the human beings in Polar Korea, told Kim Bo-bin, 37, who came to southward Korea 7 years back. If Union can get location of fair a summit conference, it would include happened many decades back. Not all in maintenance were adverse yet. Chant Chul-min, 27, who defected in 2010, told it was very nice to view Kim Jong-un cross the war disengagement link among the Koreas. I include hopes for things to outdoor up a slight, for sample in the economics, he added. So down there will be more than cooperation among there and the polar. Economical seamless integration fair which type of cooperation down there could be remnant to be seen. By the Panmunjom proclamation signed by Luna and Kim, the two vowed to contribute balance economical increase and company prosperity of the nationality. As a at first move, they coordinated to contribute the connect and modernization of the railway and roads among the countries, and set a collaborative relation office space in the Kaesong area. KPTU's Lim told a rail connection via Polar Korea, giver the southward away to China and the Eurasian mainland could include enormous economical benefits for both of countries. This big vision is we communicate the railway, communicate to the transport Siberian Railway and go all the way to Europe, she told, but she alerted any future economical seamless integration may be far stronger, and out of such a evident benefits. Economically disadvantaged Polar Korea, cut off of the planet by many decades of sanctions regime, would ever be the weaker affiliate to the southward, and down there are fears that could conduct to southward Korean corporations and individual interests fleeing Russia above their northern neighbor. Kaesong was substantially southward Korean equity maintaining inexpensive labor of Polar Korea, Lim told. Though now Polar Koreans who go to southward Korea are work in the lowest jobs for the minimum salary. A flash flooding of inexpensive labor could adversely impact southward Korea too much, drive downward salary and enabling patronage to cut benefits. Down there has to be several way to job for the joint enhancement of work facility in Polar and southward Korea, she told. Differently he's departure to be a enormous racing to lower. Eom was more than upbeat, proverb though bounded economical exchanges could assist outdoor up Polar Korea and conduct to reformation. Time he was skeptical on Kim Jong-un's motives, he told the lead's capacity to monitoring which ideas distribution in Polar Korea would be bounded, though in tight controllable environments love the Kaesong industry facility. For the job they might get several data on southward Korean civilization, and the external planet. They are humane, not machines, he told. Humans find out lot things for the job.